talk about Crimea. It's a done deal. It's over. That's why it's been dropped from the news, because the rogue president cannot trample on Putin the way he tramples on the U.S. Constitution and the American people. And so, therefore, the vermin in the media are forgetting Crimea. It's a done deal, and now on to something else. I guess anything except the fact that Obama has been crushed by Putin. I don't know if we should talk about the missing plane. What more can you say that hasn't been said? It took 10 days for the Thai military to release news that a radar blip could have been the flight that's missing. Okay, maybe there's something in the curry in Thailand. I don't know. There's nothing more to be said about that. You know, there's certain topics there's nothing more to be said about. It's that simple. Why talk about something that we can't control? Well, I guess if I use that rule, we'd have nothing to talk about at all, since we're nothing but peons in the world of the mind controllers. Ron Paul, by the way, had the best editorial on the Crimean situation. It was in USA Today. It was simple, to the point, and he said, Crimea secedes, so what? Now, most illiterates will transliterate that the Crimea succeeds, so what? That's because they never went past certain talk shows and radio. But it's something else. It's not Crimea succeeds. For you illegal aliens who don't know the language, there is a difference between success and secession. And I think you need to check your 30 days to a more powerful American vocabulary. Crimea secedes, so what? And what he writes, and what I underline, is one line. He said, perhaps the U.S. officials who supported the unconstitutional overthrow of Ukraine's government should refocus their energies on learning our own constitution, which does not allow the U.S. government to overthrow governments overseas or send $1 billion to bail out Ukraine and its international creditors. You hear this? You hear this? He then says, though the Obama administration has applied some minimal sanctions on selected Russian and Crimean individuals, neither U.S. nor the EU can afford significant sanctions against Russia. Listen to why, all of you geniuses in economics. Global trade provides too much economic benefit to both sides. Indeed, he writes, international markets rallied on news that the sanctions would be thus far minimal. Okay? I thought it was a very good editorial. Just know this. There is more democracy in Crimea than there is in America. Let me be very clear. There is more democracy in Crimea than there is under this rogue president here in America. The man acts as though it's a dictatorship and no one else exists and you can all go nowhere. That's his attitude. It's screw you, I'll do what the heck I want, and drop dead, you can't touch me. Because if he really cared about this country, before he passed these laws that devastate and decimate our institutions, our borders, our language, our culture, there would be a vote on it. That's what a sane democracy would do. They'd say, all right, what do the people think? Here's a simple, straight-up question for the American people. Should we grant amnesty to the illegal aliens in this country? Now, you know how that would turn out. 95 to